Imagine your hair blocks your eyes. Your fingernail splits down the middle. There are no scissors, no clippers, no nail cutter, no bathroom mirror, no warm running water, no antiseptic if you slip. But your body keeps growing. Hair grows, nails grow, and parasites keep searching. Today, grooming feels automatic. You trim, wash, and leave. 5 minutes. Problem solved. Ancient grooming was different. It was slower. It was rougher. Sometimes it was painful. And sometimes it was social. So what did they do? Did they cut everything? Did they simply ignore it? The real answer is stranger. First, archaeology has a problem. Hair usually disappears. Fingernails disappear even faster. Soft tissue rarely survives. Stone survives. Bone survives. Metal survives sometimes. A haircut leaves almost nothing. A trimmed nail leaves less. So nobody found the first haircut. Nobody found the first manicure. We must build the answer carefully. We study tools, we study wear marks, we study combs, we study lice, we study carved hairstyles, we study later grooming kits. Then we separate fact from reasonable possibility. Sharp stone could cut hair. That does not prove haircuts. Fire could singe hair. That does not prove routine use. The story begins before humans. Primates already groomed each other. They searched through fur, they removed dirt, they removed insects. But cleaning was only half. Grooming also built trust. It calmed frightened bodies. It repaired damaged friendships. It strengthened alliances. Time spent grooming meant connection, and connection improved survival. Early humans inherited that behavior. Hands became more precise. Eyes spotted tiny parasites. Fingers crushed or removed them. Children learned by watching. Partners groomed hard places. Parents cleaned their children. Friends checked each other. This was not beauty care. It was hygiene. It was comfort. And it was social glue. Now imagine the itching. No shampoo exists. No medicated lotion. No washing machine. Lice live close to skin. They feed repeatedly. Their eggs grip hair tightly. Scratching creates small wounds. Small wounds can become infected. So grooming mattered immediately. Humans have carried lice for millennia. Ancient knits have actually survived. Some are thousands of years old. That means the battle was ancient. People picked lice by hand. They crushed visible eggs. They separated tangled strands. They checked beards too. Every missed insect reproduced. Every grooming session reduced pressure. This explains early combs. Fine teeth were not decoration. They trapped parasites. Grooming could protect everyone. But hair was not the enemy. Scalp hair blocks sunlight. It protects delicate skin. It slows heat reaching your head. In cold weather, hair helps. It holds a little warmth. Brows guide sweat away. Lashes protect the eyes. Beards protect facial skin. Body hair carries sensation. So ancient people needed balance. Keep useful hair. Control troublesome hair. Remove parasites. Untangle dangerous knots. Hair could block vision. It could catch on brush. It could hold mud. It could shelter insects. But total removal was unnecessary. The easiest answer was control. Tie it, braid it, or trim only the problem. Before cutting, people used hands. They pushed hair backward. They twisted it together. They tied it with fiber. Animal sinew also worked. Leather strips held stronger knots. A simple braid solved several problems. Hair stayed out of eyes. It snagged less often. It was easier to inspect. Loose hairs could be plucked. Yes, that probably hurt. Rough fibers could scrub skin. Sand could abrade rough edges. Smooth stones could press tangles. Fat or oil reduced friction. Ash absorbed grease. Water loosened dirt. Hands did most work. Another person did the rest. No special salon existed. No perfect finish mattered. The goal was function. Good enough meant successful. Then came a sharper option. Stone breaks into cutting edges. Flint can become extremely sharp. Obsidian can become sharper still. These tools sliced meat. They scraped animal hides. They shaped wooden shafts. And they could cut hair. Experiments show this is possible. Some traditional groups used obsidian. But possibility is not proof. A blade has many jobs. Microscopic wear can reveal use. Hair cutting leaves subtle traces. Those traces are easily confused, so archaeologists stay cautious. Still, the method was simple. Hold the hair tight. Slice with the sharp edge. Work in small sections. Replace the flake when dull. The result would be uneven, but vision would improve. And that was enough. Fire suggests another possibility. Hair burns very easily. Heat can shorten loose ends. A hot stone could scorch hair. Some cultures later used singeing, so ancient use is plausible. But direct proof is missing. Burned hair rarely survives clearly. Campfires burn many materials. One fragment proves almost nothing. Singeing also carried risks. Hair could ignite quickly. Skin could burn. Smoke smelled terrible. The cut would be rough. So fire was probably occasional. Perhaps for body hair. Perhaps for damaged ends. Perhaps not used at all. We cannot honestly know. That uncertainty matters. Good history keeps gaps visible. The evidence supports sharp tools. Fire remains a possibility. Hair care was easier together. You cannot see your scalp. You cannot reach every knot. Another person can. They could search for lice. They could loosen braids. They could retie cords. They could trim difficult areas. This required trust. One sudden movement was dangerous. So grooming encouraged patience. It encouraged conversation. It created private time. News could be shared. Arguments could soften. Children received attention. Elders received care. Injuries were noticed early. Ticks were removed. Rashes were inspected. Grooming became health monitoring. It also became affection. The tool mattered less. The relationship mattered more. Eventually, people made dedicated tools. A comb changed everything. Wide teeth opened tangles. Fine teeth searched for lice. Wood was easy to carve. Bone made stronger teeth. Ivory made luxury combs. Many early combs were double-sided. One side untangled, the other side deloused. By ancient Egypt, combs were clear. Some examples are 5,500 years old. Later, one comb carried words. It came from ancient Lachish. The inscription mentioned hair. It also mentioned beards, and it wished lice gone. A real louse remained trapped. That is extraordinary evidence. The problem was universal. Rich people also had lice. Luxury could not stop parasites. But better tools helped. Grooming became specialized technology, then grooming became more than survival. Hair began carrying identity. Ice Age figurines offer clues. Some heads show repeated patterns. Those patterns might be hair. They might be woven caps. They might be both. We should not pretend certainty. But detail proves attention. Someone noticed the design. Someone remembered it. Someone carved it carefully. That effort signals meaning. Hair could show age. It could show group membership. It could show status. It could mark ceremonies. It could signal adulthood. It could remember the dead. It could attract a partner. Now grooming required skill. Braiding took time. Time meant social investment. Appearance had entered culture. Permanent villages changed daily life. People stored more belongings. Tools no longer traveled constantly. Craft specialists appeared. More mirrors became possible later. More comb styles appeared. Razor shapes improved. Metal changed the edge. Copper could be sharpened. Bronze held an edge longer. Special tools saved time. Saved time encouraged routine. Routine encouraged standards. Standards created judgment. Clean hair could signal order. Styled hair could signal wealth. Servants could groom elites. Barbers eventually became specialists. Now grooming entered the economy. Tools became possessions. Possessions became status. Status created fashion. Fashion demanded maintenance. The survival task became culture. Ancient Egypt gives clearer evidence. Dry tombs preserved fragile objects. Paintings preserved grooming scenes. Bodies sometimes preserved hair. Now the toolkit becomes obvious. There were combs, there were razors, there were tweezers, there were mirrors, there were sharpening stones. One surviving set contains everything. That means grooming was organized. Hair could be cut closely, faces could be shaved, loose hairs could be plucked. Combs managed natural hair. Combs also managed wigs. Oils softened dry hair. Fat-based mixtures added control. Braids created texture. Hairpins held complex shapes. Grooming served hygiene. It also served beauty. And it displayed rank. Why shave natural hair? Heat made short hair practical. Lice made shaving attractive. Wigs restored dramatic style. One person could own several. A wig protected the scalp. It could change appearance instantly. It also required maintenance. Human hair was valuable material. Braids were joined together. Oils kept fibers flexible. Beeswax helped hold shape. Flowers could decorate finished styles. Diadems marked wealth. Servants handled daily grooming. Workers had simpler routines. Children often wore distinct styles. Priests followed ritual grooming rules. Hair now communicated occupation. It communicated age. It communicated gender expectations. It communicated wealth. Grooming had become language. Your head announced your place. Hair leaves clues. Nails do not. Nails are thin keratin plates. They grow from living tissue. The visible edge is dead keratin. It keeps moving forward. Modern hands need regular trimming. Ancient hands worked constantly. Work naturally wore nails down. Digging scraped the tips. Hide work rubbed the edges. Stone knapping battered fingers. Basketry added constant friction. Woodworking did the same. So overgrowth was less common. But cracks still happened. A crack could catch fibers. It could tear deeper. Pain could weaken grip. Infection was a real danger, so damaged edges needed control. The solution was probably simple. Bite it. Break it carefully. Or grind it smooth cracks. No prehistoric nail clipper survives. That invention came much later. But sharp flakes were available. A careful edge could score nail. Then pressure could snap it. A rough stone could file it. Sand could smooth sharp corners. Teeth could remove loose pieces. Fingers could peel weak layers. Daily work finished the job. Toenails faced even more wear. Barefoot travel ground them down. Rocks broke weak corners. Sand polished rough surfaces. This sounds uncomfortable. It probably was. But perfect nails offered little benefit. Functional nails mattered more. Too long became dangerous. Too short exposed sensitive skin. Experience taught the balance. People learned through pain. They copied safer methods. And knowledge became routine. Here is the frustrating truth. Nail care leaves tiny waste. Tiny waste gets scattered. It decays quickly. Animals disturb old camps. Water moves light material. Later people disturb layers. Even perfect excavation may miss it. Tools create another problem. The same flake cuts meat. It cuts fiber. It cuts hide. It might trim hair. It might score nails. One tool can serve everything. So context becomes essential. A grooming kit is stronger evidence. A lone blade is weaker. Preserved hair is stronger. A carved hairstyle is suggestive. A comb with lice is direct. That is how confidence changes. We answer in levels, not with invented certainty. Grooming included the mouth, too. Food became trapped between teeth. There was no dental floss, no toothbrush aisle. But thin sticks existed everywhere. Neanderthals used them repeatedly. Their teeth preserved narrow grooves. Those grooves matched toothpicking. One individual had gum disease. Picking may have eased pressure. It may have reduced pain. That is personal care, not modern dentistry, but deliberate body maintenance. The same logic fits nails. Solve irritation with available materials. Repeat whatever brings relief. Teach the useful method. Carry the best tool. Replace it when dirty. No luxury required. Only observation, patience, and a need for relief. Once appearance carried meaning, rules followed. Some styles marked leaders. Some marked warriors. Some marked priests. Some marked married people. Some marked mourning. Some marked punishment. Hair could honor someone. Hair could shame someone. A razor became social power. A comb became personal property. A mirror changed self-awareness. Grooming created professions. Professions created expertise. Expertise created new fashions. Fashion created more labor. The task kept expanding. First, remove the louse. Then, control the hair. Then, shape the identity. Then, display the status. Grooming moved beyond survival. It became culture. And sometimes, control. So how did ancient humans groom? At first, mostly with hands. With fingers searching for parasites. With cords controlling long hair. With water, ash, oils, and friction. Sharp stone could trim hair. Fire may have singed it. But that remains hard to prove. Nails mostly wore down naturally. Broken edges were bitten, snapped, or rubbed against rough stone. Later, combs attacked lice. Metal razors improved cutting. Tweezers improved plucking. Mirrors changed appearance forever. Wigs turned grooming into art. Hairstyles became identity. Grooming became work. Then wealth, then status, then daily expectation. Your bathroom routine feels ordinary, but it took humanity millennia.